Top 5 unusual death rituals. Number 5. Funeral with strippers. Being dead can be such a bore, unless there are professional strippers in the funeral. In China's Donghai region, funerals are actually status symbols. A dead man's reputation and honor is considered to be directly proportional to the number of people who attend his funeral, so the relatives hire strippers to pull the crowds. The Chinese authorities have started cracking down on the practice after incessant media glare. Number 4. Endocannibalism. This is a practice where people eat their own dead. The idea behind the horrid custom could be anything, from imbibing the deceased's traits to assimilation of the spirit. A few tribes in South America and Australia are said to have practiced this creepy ritual. But many academics feel that endocannibalism is a false accusation thrown at tribes by early colonists to gain an excuse for political domination. According to anthropologist Napoleon Changon, the Yanomamo community in South America still eats the ash and ground bones of the deceased after cremation. Number 3. Self-mummification. Some Buddhist monks called Soku Shindubutsu in Japan not only committed suicide, they also did it in a way that led to their mummification. The process was started with a diet of nuts and fruits combined with hardcore physical activities. Elimination of body fat was achieved with the first step. The second step involved bouts of vomiting, loss of body fluids, and poisoning of the body to deter a maggot attack, accomplished by consuming barks, root, and a poisonous tea for 1,000 days. In the last stage, the monk would enter a stone tomb, sit in a lotus position, and wait for death. He would sound a bell daily to let his fellow monks know he was alive. And then when the no-bell day came, the monks would seal the tomb, wait for another 1,000 days before opening it to verify the mummification. Number 2. Fasting to death. This voluntary death by fasting is practiced by the Jains, a community that believes in non-violence towards all creatures. Santharar fasting unto death is usually initiated after the person decides that life has served its purpose and is ready for spiritual purification. There is growing opposition to the ritual, which is often seen as a form of suicide or euthanasia. But within the community, preventing Santharar can invite ostracism. Number 1. Exposure. Zoroastrians believe that after death, the body becomes a host for corruption and defilement. Cremation or burial are ruled out because they might end up polluting sacred elements like fire and earth. So they go for a ritual called exposure of the dead. The deceased's body is taken up to a raised structure called the Tower of Silence and left there to be devoured by vultures. The practice is now only followed in the Indian subcontinent.